sector. SABC reporter Nozintombi Miya has been at the University of Wits today. She caught up with Vice Chancellor Habib to gauge his reaction to the speech.
Well, a very good afternoon to you. It's not just students who've been watching the budget speech by the finance minister closely. It's also been academics across the higher education sector. And with me is Professor Habib, who was also listening quite closely to some of the budget allocations by the minister towards the higher education sector. Adam, thank you so much for joining me. What are your overall thoughts around the budget and the higher education sector?
So at one level, I'm very relieved, because what had happened was that there was a 0% increase allocated by the president in October of last year. We were very worried whether that would be carried over in the coming years. And clearly what the minister has done is ensured that at least a significant portion of that has been carried over. So out of the 0% increase, which cost about 2.2 billion, 1.9 billion was to be the responsibility of the state. And that's been carried over a 3-year period, which makes up the 5.7 billion.
So those are the positives, but what are some of your concerns?
Well, I am worried about the impending increases, or the increases that will have to come in this year for 2017 and for 2018. Remember, we will be having inflation, we will be having increases in costs, and those increases in costs have to be borne by the institutions. And so the big question then emerges is, are we going to increase fees in 2017 and 2018?
Let's talk figures. 16.3 billion rand has been allocated to the higher education sector, plus an additional 8 billion rands that will go towards universities specifically to deal with the no fees issue. But you have some concerns around that.
I have some concerns. So if you factored in the fact that out of that 2.2 billion last year, 1.9 billion was the state, and the universities are taking 300 million. Effectively, to enable that over the 3-year period, the universities would have to take 900 million hit, or effectively R1 billion cost structure. In addition to that, we haven't factored in the impending increases for 2017 and 2018, which is going to be based on the inflation still to come. And inflation is ticking up. Our estimates may be that there may be a shortage, if you factor in 2017 increases and 2018 increases, of effectively between 6 and 6.5 billion, unless you're going to increase fees. And that then raises the entire political challenge again. If you didn't increase fees in October 2015, how do you do so in October 2016 or October 2017? So I am worried. I think that there are still serious issues that need to be resolved. And it's something that's going to have to be the focus of conversations between students, vice chancellors, and government in the coming months.
And going forward, what is the next step? The minister has given us his budget. He's explained what the different allocations are. What is the next step for you as higher education in terms of engaging with the different, with the minister himself, or even with the DGs?
So, I mean, we're probably going to have an engagement with the minister to say, yes, we understand that the 0% increase for 2015 has been carried through over this period. We still got a challenge around absorbing the university component of it. We could do it on a once-off, but to do it over 3 years may be more of a challenge. More importantly, what are we going to do about fees in the coming 2 years? Are we saying that we're going to be increasing fees? Or are we saying that we're looking at another mechanism to address those?
And if we increase fees, it undercuts the whole basis of the no-fee movement.
And it probably recreates the political crisis that we've had at the end of last year. And that's the big issue that we've got to resolve.
All right, thank you so much. Habib, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Wits. And as we know, Wits has been at the epicenter of the students' no-fee movement, the removal of historic debt, and also making sure that students who come from disadvantaged backgrounds do have access to higher quality education. And Professor Habib is talking about how he is concerned about the allocations, the budget allocations of the higher education, and more talks need to come to the table as we get further clarity from either the finance department or from the Ministry of Higher Education as to how they're going to factor in paying for the no fees for 2017 and 2018. Back to you in the studio.